Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into the really captivating world of Japan's geisha and Maiko. Because, let's unpack this a bit. All those amazing photos you see online labeled geisha. Well, it turns out maybe half of them are actually Maiko.
That's exactly right. And our goal today is simple. Give you quick, like a 10-second check so you can spot the difference easily. But more than that, understand the deeper cultural meaning behind it all. Oh, and pronunciation quick check. Geisha is G-A-Y-sha, Maiko, that's M-Y-koh. And in Kyoto, you'll often hear Geiko, G-A-Y-koh for the fully fledged artists.
And we're diving into Zen 1 notes for this one, so expect some really practical insights. So that 10-second distinction, how do we actually do it? Let's talk visual cues, those 4 signs the source mentions. For Maiko, they're the apprentices. Remember, look for a long flowing obi. That's the sash. It hangs way down almost to their ankles.
Very distinctive.
And the kimono sleeves, the furioso, they're long and swinging. Then the hair, it's usually their own hair. Big, bright ornaments, kanzashi, often like seasonal flowers.
Really vibrant, yeah.
And finally, look at their feet. Tall, thick, wooden sandals. Those are called Okobo.
Right. Now, contrast that with a geisha or a Geiko in Kyoto. It's a more refined look, more professional. Their obi is shorter, functional, often tied in what's called an otaiko knot, shorter sleeves too. And the hair, usually a wig, actually, with much subtler, smaller ornaments. And the footwear is lower geta sandals, or sometimes even regular flat sandals,
So it's quite a contrast visually.
Yeah.
But beyond the clothes and hair, the roles themselves are fundamentally different, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. Huge difference. Maiko are younger, typically, say, 15 to 20 years old. They're apprentices. Their focus is really on adding hana flower or youthful charm to gatherings while they're learning the art.
Okay, so they're the trainees.
Exactly. Whereas geisha or Geiko are the experienced professionals. They focus on gay art, think dance, music, skilled conversation. They're financially independent, and there's really no upper age limit. It's a lifelong profession for many. And even the makeup tells a story. Early on, a Maiko might only paint her lower lip red. Yeah, and they have that distinctive unpainted V shape at the nape of the neck. A geisha paints both lips, and her collar is fully white, signifying her status.
And this isn't just a Kyoto thing, right? You mentioned Geiko for Kyoto, but geisha exists elsewhere.
Definitely. While geisha is the general term you hear most often, Kyoto uses Geiko for its professionals. And Maiko specifically refers to the apprentices in Kyoto's traditional districts, the Hanamachi. But you find professional geisha artists in lots of other places, across Japan, Tokyo, Atami, Kanazawa, each with maybe slightly different traditions or names.
Okay, now we need to address something important. This historical confusion, especially outside Japan. The geisha and prostitution link. Where did that misconception come from?
Right, it's a really persistent and unfortunate misunderstanding. The key, the absolute fundamental difference is what they sell. Geisha sell their art, performance, conversation, creating an atmosphere. Historically, nusho, that's the term for prostitutes, including the high-ranking orin, they sold sexual services. Completely different professions.
But they sometimes worked in the same districts, the flower districts. Maybe that caused some confusion?
That's part of it, yes. In some areas, particularly outside the officially regulated districts of the Edo period, the lines might have seemed blurry to outsiders, but within the culture, the distinction was usually quite clear. And geisha themselves have always held on to their pride in this. There's that famous motto, "Ge wa uttemo mi wa urano,"
which means
we sell art, but not our bodies. It's fundamental to their identity. Even the way they tie their kimono, the left side over right, the hidari zuma, traditionally signaled they weren't available for sex.
Wow. Yet the confusion persisted internationally.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Paris Expo in 1867.
Yeah, that was a big moment. The Fujiyama geisha image became iconic, fueling a sort of Japan craze in the West. But it also kind of flattened the image, leading to oversimplification and, yes, perpetuating some of those misunderstandings.
So if you, as a visitor, wanted to encounter geisha or Maiko respectfully today, where would you go?
Well, Maiko are primarily in Kyoto's 5 traditional districts, the Gokugai. Geisha you can find in various Hanamachi, these flower districts, across the country.
But it's not like you can just knock on any door, right? There's that Ichigen-san Okotowari concept.
Exactly. First-time visitors declined. And it's crucial to understand this isn't about being snobby or exclusive. It's really about trust and relationships. These establishments, ochaya or tea houses, value deep, ongoing connections with their clients to provide truly tailored hospitality.
So for most visitors, or for you listening, What's the best approach?
The best way is through legitimate channels. Look for Ozashiki experience plans, often offered through hotels or specialized agencies, or attend public performances. And etiquette is key. Always ask permission before taking photos. No exceptions. And never touch their kimono or hair ornaments. These are incredibly expensive, intricate works of art, and it's also just basic personal space. Address them respectfully, often as Ona-san, meaning older sister. And a really crucial point, MY-koh are often minors, under 20, so offering them alcohol is absolutely inappropriate and illegal.
Right. Absolutely essential to remember. Okay, so let's wrap this up. The core takeaway from our Zenwa Notes deep dive. Geisha are the seasoned professionals of art. MY-koh are their apprentices, bringing that youthful flower element.
Yeah.
And you can usually spot the difference with that quick 4-sign check. The obi, the sleeves, the hair, the footwear.
Exactly. And the main message really is about respect. This isn't about just getting close or grabbing a photo. It's about appreciating their art. That's why chasing them down the street or taking photos without permission is just wrong. It disrupts their lives and work. The most respectful thing you can do is experience their art properly in a legitimate setting where you're actually supporting their profession.
Well said. And next time, we'll get really practical for anyone planning a trip. We'll look at how you actually book these experiences, what sort of costs to expect, is English support available, and more on that essential photo etiquette for official settings. Until then, here's a thought to leave you with, inspired by our source. We hope you have a MY-koh daylight, bright and maybe just a little bit dazzling.